What's going on, guys? Today we are talking about Tesla's cutting edge technology, and some of it is already in your car. You just don't know about it. So without further ado, let's jump into it. Guys, just before we get started with this video, please go down below, subscribe, hit the notification bell, like, comment, all that kind of good stuff if you want to see videos like this in the future, and car reviews and 0 to 60 tests and all kinds of fun and quirky stuff. This is where all the Tesla fun happens. We just undiscovered on YouTube yet, so come on over and subscribe. So there is a reason I'm talking about this today. Something has just come out in the news and I think it's very interesting, and it just made me think about all the cutting edge, alien, quirky technology that is going on in Tesla right now that people are missing. So I'm going to let you guys know if this is real. I'm going to let you guys know if it's on the way soon, if it's here right now, and also I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Okay, so the first piece is the piece that sparked my imagination, and that is this. This is the Tesla audio noise reduction. So a company that Tesla works with is considering putting in noise reduction in the cabins of the Tesla Model 3s. Now, if you know how noise reduction works, we have them in the headphones sometimes, and what they do is they take a little mic in the headphone and they take the noise from the outside and they input sound waves that cancel the noise outside. They kind of like counteract what's going on. That's kind of simplified. If you want to see a proper scientific version, go Google it or go YouTube it. But basically that's what it does. It takes the sound from outside and it inputs a certain sound into the headphones and it cancels out those sound waves. So you get sort of a noise reduction or, just a noise reduction. But this has never been implemented in cars. So the tech actually exists, but it's not been implemented in cars. So I'm on Teslarati right now, and they're on about doing this for autonomous vehicles to give you that sort of peacefulness to it, but also mainly for motorway driving. So Teslas are obviously extremely quiet. There's no engine noise. But what happens is when you are driving at 70 miles per hour, you get tire roar. And because the car is so silent, this kind of comes more apparent in a Tesla. And also you get the wind noise as well. So these are all kind of like white noises. They are dull noises that can be quite easily counteracted with this technology. So firstly, is this tech real? Yes, this tech is real. It exists right now. We use it in our headphones every single day. This isn't some alien technology. This exists for real. So yes, one, it's real. Two, when do I think this will happen? I think we're probably looking at a 2-year time scale. They need to get this product developed and then implemented into the cars. But I think within 2 years, we'll start seeing this roll out in some of the Tesla cars. Quite kind of a simple thing to do. It just requires external mics or internal mics that can pick up the tire roar and the wind noise, and then they will just pump in a noise that will counteract that into the car, into the cabin. So yes, this one exists. And I'd love to know your thoughts. Would you be interested in getting this? For me personally, I actually like conversation when driving. I talk a lot, as you guys probably know. And when I am driving, I love the fact that in a Tesla, it's super quiet. But then when you get to the motorways, and some of the motorways up here are a bit rough on the road, the tire roar does get a little bit loud. And it would be nice if that was counterbalanced, so you could have a softer conversation. So yeah. But no, I love the idea of this. So the next story is full self-driving. We all know about full self-driving. We've all seen it. Last night, there was a new release of full self-driving. I'm on Kim Paquette. Kim, anyway, I follow her on Tesla. She does some really good full self-driving beta videos. Go follow her. But she posted this video. Let's just take a watch of it, and then you tell me if this technology's here or not. Nope.
Okay, let's see how we do today.
Okay, so she's at a really interesting junction.
That was...
By the way, the car is controlling it.
Okay, so...
The car right now is controlling itself. This is the car doing this. This is not Kim doing it. This is the car doing it.
So it's still messed up here. There's a car parked here today.
Okay, so not a great start.
Not rendering it as a lead car, however.
So yeah, and now it's edged forward to the stop sign.
It's waiting our turn.
So the car is waiting until it's safe to go.
Okay. It can go now. Let's see. Why is it not going? I'm just gonna wait. Okay.
Watch this. Look at the wheel. So the car's edged out itself.
Very unsure.
It was cautious. It was cautious. Now look at this. Putting the indicators on. Look at this. It's darting all over the place. Look how sharp that left turn is. Look, I don't even know what this road is doing. It's such a messy junction.
Seriously, you guys?
And so basically, that was the clip I saw. So, full self-driving. So, full self-driving beta is out now. It's collecting miles and it's getting super smart. So, first of all, would we call this alien sort of technology, fringe technology? Yes, it definitely is. So, is it real technology? Yes, we see this every day being uploaded to Twitter. This is real. This is a real thing. It's just still learning. So, it is a real thing. So, that's the first question out of the way. When do I think we'll see this implemented? I think 1 year. In 1 year's time, we will see the first vehicles going out onto the road with genuine full self-driving, full autonomous within 1 year. I think we're going to see the beta roll out very soon, nationwide. Then we'll see the worldwide. And then also we'll see beta full self-driving, like the next level of full autonomy beta within a year. I think within a year. What do you guys think? It's not going to be worldwide. So we're not going to see full self-driving worldwide next year, but we definitely will see it in a handful of cars. And I believe in it. So there you go. And I spent £6,800 believing in it like a plonker because we purchased full self-driving and we can't even use it in the UK. So I'm an idiot. But there you go. What's your guys' thoughts? What do you think? So the next one is the best one. This is my favorite. So as you guys know, we have ordered a Plaid Model S. And I will be getting the Roadster in the future. Dream car, absolute dream car. But there is another car that probably takes my fancy. Spices my fancy? Where was I going with that? Something that takes my fancy. And that is the SpaceX Roadster. So the SpaceX Roadster is most definitely fringe technology or alien technology. I keep saying alien technology in the hopes that sort of makes the video better. But fringe technology. On the edge of tech. And basically what they're going to do is cold gas air compressors. They're going to have 10 little rockets on the outside of the car. They're going to use a cold gas compressor. I'm probably saying that wrong. Shoot me in the comments, guys. And then it's going to shoot out jets of air to help with the acceleration. So there's going to be a few rockets on top that's going to create more downforce. There'll be a few rockets at the back that are going to get that initial boost off the line. There'll be probably a few on the side to help with cornering and maybe a few on the front as well to help with braking. So here's a render by P. Slavy on Twitter. I've shown this video before. Look at this. 0 to 60 in probably about 1 second. So that's a render, guys. So he's put the jets at the back. Watch this. And people thought Elon was joking. He's not joking, guys. This is going to happen, even if it's in a very small handful of cars. So one, does the technology exist? Yes, the technology exists. It's existed for years. It's used in space all the time. Basically, what they would do is remove the back two seats of the Roadster will be used for a tank. So they'll have a tank there, and then that's where the air will be compressed. And then it'll just be high pressure lines out to the rockets or the jets or whatever they're called. And that's where they're going to shoot the air out of. So it's quite simple technology. It just needs to be implemented safely. And a company like SpaceX is probably the best company to implement it. I think we're going to get a 0 to 60 of 1 second, which is just nuts. Is it going to be road legal? Who knows? But why is this even more fringe technology? Well, Elon is saying that it will be able to float. So that maybe suggests that there might be articulated rocket tips. So articulated tips, which means that they'll be able to point the tips down to the floor, which means that the air could raise the car off the floor, which again is nuts. So number one, is this technology real? Yes, it is real. When will we see it? My prediction is we will see this in about 5 years. They've got to produce the Roadster first, which I think we're looking at 2 years for the Roadster. So the SpaceX Roadster, probably about 5 years. So what's that? 2026, 2025, 2026. What do you guys think? Do you think they will do it? Elon's a nutter, so I think they will do it. Just have a look at this video. This is kind of how it works, okay? So these guys are using nitrous instead of compressed air, but it is kind of similar thing. So they strap this guy into a office chair and they're going to release the nitrous compressed air, and this is what happens. So I think that probably went a little bit overboard. I don't think they expected that to happen, but there you go. It's kind of how it works. They've just their jets pointing in the opposite direction, so it created a velocity to spin the guy in the chair. The next one is one of my favorites. This is one of my favorites. It's the Tesla Semi, right? So Tesla Semi is amazing. Everything about it is fantastic. We're going to see them in the next few years. We're going to see them. But this is the Tesla Semi Convoy. So just checking this video out. So this is sort of a render of a convoy. And here's the Tesla Semis. And they're in convoy in formation. So there's a guy driving at the front. And you've got 3 semis driving. I can't see is there an extra driver? So no, they didn't look like there was a second driver, and it didn't look like there was a third driver either. There they are in formation, driving across the country. So what is this? What is this? The Tesla Convoy, or the Tesla train, as I like to call it. Basically, Tesla semi-trucks are really efficient for moving cargo around the United States. It's perfect for driving long 100, 200 mile, 300 mile roads. They're really efficient at doing that. But what Elon is saying is that they'll be even more efficient. So the way that is going to work is you're going to have a Tesla Convoy. Now, these vehicles aren't actually that close together, but with full autonomy, these cars could be meters apart, a meter apart. Now, why does that make that so efficient? Well, the front car is going to receive the full force of the wind. It's not going to be super aerodynamic. It's going to have no benefit from being in a convoy. But the subsequent vehicles are going to have more efficiency due to the fact that the first Tesla Semi is taking the aerodynamic. It's taking the brunt of the air, and the other subsequent Teslas semis are going to be in the car's slipstream. So you can have 10 Tesla semis, 20 Tesla semis in formation using one slipstream. So all the air is going to pass over efficiently over all the vehicles because of autonomous driving and all the vehicles interacting with each other. They could probably be a meter apart, a foot apart. They've not I don't know. They've not shown this yet, but I think this technology is definitely going to happen. The cars are definitely can interact with each other, so it's easy for them to say the front vehicle goes, "There's a deer in the road, brake." But it's not going to. What in a normal convoy, what would happen is the first guy would brake, and then the guy would go, "Oh crap, that guy's braking," and he slammed his brakes on, and then the guy might have been on his phone behind, and he's going to crash into the. In these, as soon as that car at the front presses its brakes, all the other ones instantaneously will press their brakes as well. So there's no danger of being a meter apart. What does this also do? So first of all, the energy efficiency per mile goes up ridiculous to the point where it's more efficient than a freight train. Okay? Just listen to that. That's ridiculous. So this will be more efficient than freight trains. But why that is even more important is they're talking about having one operator of a semi. So you need one operator per semi. I think they'll eventually get rid of the operator, but at the moment they're saying one operator per semi. So that means that one operator could operate 10 vehicles in a convoy. There you go. Amazing. So another efficiency. How much money are you going to save doing that? So you're saving money with the fact that they're more efficient, they're more aerodynamic, you're getting more miles per kilowatt. But then you're also saving the fact that it's less cost to operate because you only need one operator per 5 to 10 vehicles. Who knows how many vehicles are going to do. So, one, is this tech real? Yes, this technology is real. This is full self-driving. That is what we're looking at. We're looking at full self-driving. There just needs to be some slight adjustments. But I actually think this Tesla Convoy, if they put their minds to it and their brainiacs to it, this is actually probably a lot closer than full self-driving beta could be, or full self-driving could be, because there's less variables. All they need to do is teach the vehicles to go in a straight line and react at the same time. So have the brakes react at the same time to be safe. This is kind of a simple thing to do. Freight is, semi and truck freight is reserved really for long haul, long straight lines. This would be perfect. And then what would happen is the semis would work out what was the most efficient way to do it. So probably the first vehicle would drive for so long, maybe the first 10% of the journey. That vehicle would then join the end of the convoy, creating an efficiency that was spread across all the semi vehicles. So if they had 10, they'd just switch every so often so that the front vehicle wouldn't lose all its battery power and then just be left out in the middle of the road. So, is this real? Yes. When will we see this? So we're going to see the Tesla Semi, I think, in the next couple years. So I think we'll see convoys, semi-convoys. I think we'll see a glimpse of them in the next couple years. I think Elon will want to show off Tesla Semis, but I think we'll see it in use in the next 3 years. So yeah, there's my prediction. Next 3 years. What do you think? Am I being too reserved with that one, or am I being too excited about it? And I'm just sort of losing my mind here. What do you guys think? I think maybe we could see it a little bit earlier. Now I am a lunatic, hey? So the next one for me is something I'm just excited about in general, is the Cybertruck. So the Cybertruck had loads of different things that sort of were left unsaid. One of the biggest ones for me is the tooling of the Cybertruck, sort of how you're able to use power outlets. For me, that's fantastic as a filmmaker because we can plug our lights in and have a full-on set in the middle of nowhere, which would be unbelievable. But is the camper configuration. It was spoken about, but it kind of left under the radar. And that is the camper configuration. And I think we will see this. As you can see, there's a bed on the flatbed, and then underneath that, there's cooking utensils, electric ovens. This is going to transform camping. Is it fringe or alien technology? Not really, but for a car company to be doing it, yeah, it bleeding is. You will never see Ford doing this. So yeah, I think we will see this, and I think Tesla will do this as an option at some point. So when will we see this? So is this real technology? Yes. Everyone can put a cooker at the back of the car. It's not alien technology really, is it? But when will we see this being produced? Cybertrucks next year. I think you're probably waiting 2 years to see a camper option. They'll need to be in full production, similar to the Model Y 7-seater. So yeah, I think 3 years from now, you'll see the camper option. 2 years, 3 years, 2.5 years. Comment down below, what's your predictions? Okay, so here is one that is definitely, in my opinion, for a vehicle, right up there on fringe technology, almost to a point where some people think it's useless. What is the point of it? And that is the bioweapon defense mode. Now, I've used this personally, and that is basically, it's a gigantic HEPA filter at the front of the car, and then the Tesla takes the air that's coming inside the cabin and filters it through the HEPA filter. It pumps all the rubbish air that's in the car, outside the car. It sucks in all this HEPA filtered air, and then we have clean air inside the cabin. It doesn't matter if there was a fire outside, if there was a bio attack on the United States or the UK or whatever, this would filter the air to the purity of what would be used in surgery by doctors. So, is this real? Yes, it is real. It's been tested. It's been tested many times. So this is on the Tesla website. Bioweapon defense mode. As you can see, air quality inside the Model X is in blue. When they close the doors and activate bioweapon defense mode, it's quite an immediate shut off. And you can see the minutes down here. So it takes around 2 minutes to fully clear the air of all the particulates that are in the air. In Nottingham, actually, we're one of the highest levels of air pollution in the country. And thousands of people die from this a year just in the UK, which is nuts to me. So it reduces In less than 2 minutes, the HEPA filtration system had scrubbed the air in the Model X, bringing pollution levels from an extremely dangerous 1,000 somethings to levels as low as to be undetectable below the noise floor by our instruments, allowing us to remove our gas mask and breathe fresh air while sitting inside the bubble of pollution. In other words, bioweapon defense mode is not a marketing statement. It is real. You can literally survive a military-grade bio attack by sitting in your car. So yeah, the tech is fringe technology. It's nuts that they're using this inside a car, but it's real. Why do you need to survive a bioweapon attack? Well, it's cool. It's good for all those sort of bunker fans out there. But one of the biggest things that we've seen recently is the forest fires in California. This has actually been useful. Now, I've used bioweapon defense mode. I was going past a farmer's field and there was a fire. I noticed it on the way out. So on the way back, I switched bioweapon defense mode on. And it was thick fire streaming across the road. And I wanted to see if I could smell the smoke from inside the cabin. Not a thing. I couldn't smell a thing. And people have exclaimed the same when they've been in the forest fires in California. The air is being filtered and they're managing to drive through forest fires of thick smoke, and no smoke is getting to the cabin. They're getting purified air. Again, it's really fringe. It's kind of funky technology. It's kind of weird to see it in a car, but it's real. When are we going to see it? When you walk to your next Tesla showroom or next time you get into your Model X, you will see it, or your Model S. And also now the Model Y as well. So there you go. Bioweapon defense mode does exist. It's also very useful in places like China where the air pollution's extremely high. I think that's why we're starting to see it in like the Model Y in China. I think we'll start to see it around the world just because pollution is so bad. At least we're getting some fresh air from somewhere. So lastly, we're going to finish with something that is a little bit boring. Not to me. And this is this video that Elon just posted, which is the battery production of the brand new cells that have come out. And as you can see, it's like pure artwork. But I can't play it because I'd get demonetized. At the 19-minute mark, go listen to this. And whilst these battery tops have been screwed on, the song says million miles. And to me, that is pure confirmation that these batteries now will do 1 million miles. That is boring technology to a lot of people, but it is so game-changing. People do not understand 1 million mile battery. So back in the day, it was a huge marketing thing to take something like a Toyota that had driven 1 million miles on the original engine. Now, this isn't to talk about suspension changes and gearbox changes and all that kind of thing, clutch changes and all that kind of stuff. What we're talking about here is an electric car that is capable of doing 1 million miles that will see its motors as well all the way through those 1 million miles and see the battery all the way through those 1 million miles. That's kind of nuts. So the batteries now that are coming out are going to be capable of driving 1 million miles. I think most Teslas now are capable of doing like the 200,000-300,000 miles, which is way more than people thought anyway. But we're talking about a factor of 3. That 1 million mile battery is super important to hit. And yeah, it's being produced. So does the tech exist? I would like to say yes. I know it exists in a small limited quantity, but I think it exists now in this production of the cells that Tesla are producing right now. When will we see it? I think we'll see it this year. I think the end of this year, the Plaid Model S is due to come out. I think we'll see it this year. I think I'm going to see it in the Plaid Model S, that 1 million mile battery. But what do you think? As always, what do you guys think? Guys, did I miss anything? Tesla is so far of the frontier, especially when it comes to cars, the only people when it comes to cars, of advanced technology. Take Tesla out of the equation. Think to the technology that is implemented in vehicles right now. Why are we still seeing screens coming out of a car factory that look like calculators when it's so cheap now to produce a screen like a laptop? Why are we still seeing screens that look like calculators? we know now that laptop style screens can be used in vehicles. Why are we not seeing them widespread across vehicles? I mean, some of the manufacturers are catching up to the chase in terms of that kind of stuff. But then we're talking about, like, Tesla is so far ahead. We're talking about noise reduction inside a cabin. We're talking about a 1,000,000-mile battery, cars that can do a convoy. The convoy is not limited to semi-trucks, by the way. It will be it could do autonomous vehicle convoys. This can go for Teslas, Model 3s, Cybertrucks. It could improve the efficiency. If somebody's on the way to London, your Model 3 might connect to that Model 3 and do 70 miles per hour and become 25% more efficient because it's half a foot away from the Model 3 in front of you. Why is it that Tesla are the only people advancing full self-driving so fast? Why is it that Tesla are doing all these wacky and zany performance improvements like the Roadster, the SpaceX Roadster that's going? Tesla is so far ahead right now, but take them out of the picture. What else is going on right now? So this is fringe and alien technology in the car community. Guys, thank you for the mass support we've had on these news videos. It's been kind of nuts. I do appreciate it a lot. So there is a link in the description if you are now considering buying one of these amazing machines. You will get 1,000 free supercharging miles. I will also get 1,000 free supercharging miles. And it helps support doing the reviews and all that kind of the road trips that we do in the Teslas. So thank you and salute to you guys. Congrats on your cars. As always, guys, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe and like for more content like this. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.